Hello, and welcome to this episode of Hammering Down. I'm your host, Kaylor Hodges, and I'm hoping you're having a great day. All right, so I'm going to do something a little bit different in this episode. I'm going to split half of this on YouTube, half of this is going to be podcast. If you're a podcast player only, you can watch the first half of this on YouTube, and it might make a little bit more sense. But if you're pretty good at like following along and visualizing things, then you don't have to. But there is a visual element to this. So, with that said, I want to go ahead and get straight into this. No League Two or W League updates. There were matches that happened. Legion 2 dropped 2 matches. W League gets when? I say there's gonna be no update, but let me look. Yeah, I don't remember if what the last time we talked was, which is why I couldn't remember. Legion do drop points to Asheville City, lost 2-0. I couldn't remember if the last time we talked, if they had just beaten one Knox or if they lost to Asheville. Couldn't remember when it was. They had lost Asheville 2-0. You have just 2 more home games left to go to. One of them is tomorrow, the 17th at 3:30 p.m., which should be a good time. Go out there, Southern Soccer Academy. It's at the training field. And then one last home game in June, which is going to be against Tennessee SC on the 25th. So go watch that. So here's our visual element. I'm going to be breaking down the goals and kind of like what happened defensively and the goals scored, not the own goal, the actual goal scored, and why I think things are kind of going wrong. Now, with that, I also am going to kind of discuss the changes that were made. With this match, we see Legion go to a 3-4-3. I had originally called it a 3-5-2, which is Mark Briggs' style. He does like the 3-5-3, the 3-5-2. But this, it's kind of hard to say. I think that everything's going to tell you that it is a 3-4-3 with Enzo playing the left wing, Preston Tabarteca playing the right wing, and Ronaldo Damas up top in the middle of it all. So that's kind of what it's going to show here with Lasso and Hernandez Foster sitting in deep. In fact, I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I am seeing. Do you see what I see? No, you can't, because I can't figure out how to open it up. And bang. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. So on the right-hand side is the lineup. In back was Delgado with Thiago Suarez, Fanuel Kavita back from his 2 starts with the national team. Congratulations to Fanuel. Jake Roof as that right center back, with Lasso on the left, Kobe Hernandez Foster on the right as the 2 kind of holding midfielders. Far right side as that right wing back, Eric Centeno. And then on the left back is Steven Turnbull. As that right wing is Preston. And then left wing was Enzo Martinez. And up top, Ronaldo Damas. So when I switch this over, you're going to see this is going to show us average positioning. And it's kind of what you expect. So you saw a lot of, and I know there's a lot of visual clutter going on, so forgive me here, but what you see is you have Preston, Damas, and Enzo all making a pretty strong front 3. It's a pretty heavy front 3. They are pretty even with each other. On the midfield side, Centeno kind of played as a right midfielder this entire match. Meanwhile, his counterpart on the left, Steven Turnbull, played pretty defensively and sat deeper. He is a right wing back. He is a right back by trades. And while he has a competent left foot, he's not a left footer. So it makes sense for him to not go up as far forward and let him be a little bit more of a passing partner with Thiago Suarez. In the midfield, you had Kobe Hernandez Foster going up and pushing a little bit more north. Meanwhile, Edwin Lasso sat in just a hair deeper. Because Centeno pushed up, so did Jake Roof, so they could be a kind of passing partner. That's kind of how this all set up. So I had called it a 5-3-2. it was in practice more of a 3-4-3 where Enzo Martinez would come in deep and act as a kind of central midfielder, but he was really just kind of a passing outlet from time to time. It's kind of hard to explain, but kind of think fluid 3-4-3, 3-5-2. So let's look at the film, and I want to break it down just a little bit. So here, let's look at the goals scored, and this is what I'm talking about. If you look over in this film right now, Enzo Martinez is the one carrying the ball, and when Mark Briggs has talked about speed and energy and being energetic and being fast, I want you to look. I want you to watch Louisville, by the way. But Enzo Martinez drops in deep from that kind of left wing position. On the right hand side, you see Preston. On the left-hand side, you see Steven Turnbull making a run on the left-hand side, Damas in front. As Enzo is pushing forward, he's carrying the ball vertically, which we haven't seen a whole lot of. I want you to watch how Louisville gets back into shape. When we talk about speed, it's not just attacking wise. That said, there is a little bit. Right now, there are 4 attacking players on your screen. 5 if you consider Centeno making a late run on the right-hand side. And you see very soon, you're going to already see Louisville getting back into their 5-4-1 defensive shape. By the time it takes a new member, which is Lasso, the 5th member of the attack to show up, Lou City is already in their defensive block. I want to back up here. I want you to see this happen again. By the time that Enzo Martinez slows it up, waits for runners, waits for people to help him out, by the time that other people show up, Lou City is already in their 5-4-1 block. And where can Enzo go? The only option he could have had a passing option over on the right-hand side of Preston. He could have chipped that long ball out. But even then, if he does that, who's Preston going to pass it to? He doesn't have any options, so he passes it up to Lasso. And if you're looking at what Lasso has the option of, even now, the press is coming in from Goodrum. And so it's pushing him farther forward. What other option does he have? He can lay it off to Kobe, but not much else. He takes a shot. It deflects off Damas. It's a lucky deflection, but there's a reason why Legion weren't able to create anything in this game. And I think it's a symptom of why they are struggling to create in general. Things are just a little bit slow, and they don't have a player in the middle of the field that's a true ball carrier, right? When we think about players who are really elite with Legion, we think of guys like Anderson Asiedu, right? And there's a little bit of Anderson Asiedu was a spitfire. He was energetic. He would kill somebody, right? He was a destroyer in the midfield. But more so than any of that, he was a vertical presence that could dribble the ball. This is the most vertical run that we have seen out of a player, and it's Enzo, and there's no one there to even back him up. And like I said, by the time that Edwin is able to get into some space, the only option he has to shoot, and it is 11v1 essentially, and luckily it works out because Damas gets a lucky deflection. That's tough luck, man. And when I say tough luck, I mean it's tough luck for Louisville because in that play, Legion didn't do much right. There was not a lot of intensity going forward. By the time that Legion had numbers, Lou City was already in a block so tight that you couldn't break it down. That's been the issue. So let's look at this first goal. And I want to just kind of take a look at it because I think you're kind of seeing the downfall of a guy like Centeno, who did not fully impress me in this match, if I'm being really honest. Ray Serrano puts in a good cross. No one really closes it down, but, that's okay. And what happens here, to me, it's simple. Centeno, I think, was just trying to read the deflection of Roof, and Centeno is not goal side. He's on the back post. He is not goal side in front of Dia. This one is for me, a very simple mistake from the right wing back, Eric Centeno. Cross from Ray Serrano in. Who is going to get there? He needs to get goal side and get front of Dia. Is a point blank finish. It's an easy finish. To me, I think that's on Centeno. Here was a moment that I had a question, and I need to pull it up because I want to make sure that I'm very exact. But it was from Cole, and give me just 1 second as I pull it. Okay, so he said that Delgado made at least two great saves last night, but I think he ever played 3 goals. One he got megged, one he tried jumping, and one he got bullied out on, which was the corner. Do you think MVO makes these plays? I think on at least 2 of those he does. This is the one that I don't think he makes the play, Matt Van Oekel, because this is a perfect ball. Taylor Davila, who is arguably the best midfielder in the league. I think it's him, Aaron Malloy, and Juan Davi Torres as the best midfielders in the league right now. And it's an unlucky deflection by Kobe. And just look at this ball. That's just unbelievable. If Delgado comes and attacks it straight away, he can't touch the ball until right now with his hands. And if he's super aggressive, then maybe he's able to get there. But you're risking a handball. You're risking wiping a player out. And so it's better to stay tall. And he gets set. I think this is just a hard moment for him. It's a brilliant ball. Honestly, I don't fault a whole lot here, even defensively. I mean, just look at the ball. Davila, that's just disgusting from Davila. You maybe look at Fanwell, but even then, I don't think that's fair. I mean, Delgado's set. He tries to close the 5-hole, can't. I mean, it's just a brilliant goal and a brilliant pass. Not much here. Here's the one that I think that Delgado is going to have a lot to learn from. And I saw that Thiago Suarez got a little bit of hate for this one because it looks bad because he gets pressed. Here's what I'm going to kind of counter with. I do believe this is Steven Turnbull who has the ball right here. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Or no, Turnbull's making a run. I can't tell who has this ball. So unnamed player has the ball. And there's not a whole lot of places for this ball to go. I think this is Fanwell in the middle calling for the ball, but he can't really play this ball. We are kind of stuck in no man's land. If in all reality, I think the best play here is honestly just to play it out, because by the time that we have this ball coming in, I just want you to look at how fast we get here. Like, it is legit one touch stutter and it's a deflection. That's no time at all. I think that if you're going to be really harsh on Thiago and say, what should he have done better? Attack the ball, I think, is your answer. Go to the ball. Don't let the ball come to you. And just one time out, which he's trying to hit a diagonal ball to, I believe, Centeno is who he is trying to hit here, a long diagonal ball. But in all reality, this ball probably shouldn't have been played back. You know that Lou City is going to press. You know that's what they're going to do. That's what Lou City has always done. They are known for being this highly intensive pressing team, and they do just that. And this is part of their triggers. The moment that the ball is passed backward, it is an all-out attack. It is an all-out press. And by the time that Thiago can take a touch, he doesn't have any time to get this ball long. It's unfortunate where this ball deflects to. I don't blame any defenders here. Now, this is where we ask the question about Delgado. I think this is a moment that you saw his youth because, yeah, Cole, you mentioned it. I mean, he made amazing saves all night long, but there's no good reason for him to just jump over the ball. It's kind of humorous looking at it. Just a little whoop. Just whoop. I don't see any point here. Granted, I can't say I would do anything different, but Delgado's tall enough that he in all reality, this is point blank. If he gets his feet set, shots coming in, get your feet set, try to react. He's tall enough and close enough that he's going to block a shot if it's in the air. The only way to beat Delgado in this position is the perfect chip, or if Goodrum somehow plays Ray Serrano in, and at that point, what do you do? I think that this is a moment of age, and this is an experience that Matt Van Oekel, who is the goalkeeper coach, and we'll talk about Shadow Wolf's question in a minute, but this is going to be a moment where goalkeeper coach Matt Van Oekel is going to go to Delgado and be like, learning moment for you. This is why you're here. This is why you're playing, is to get experience. And there's just no point to go up. I think that Matt Van Oekel saves this ball. I do. I think that Matt Van Oekel saves this ball because he knows not to jump. I think it's kind of that simple that he has this experience now. I don't think you'll ever have this problem again from Delgado for the rest of his career. If I'm just being completely honest with you, I just don't see this play ever getting the best of Delgado like this ever again. He may get beaten from a one-on-one situation, but I doubt he's just going to jump, just to be honest. But yeah, in general, I don't think that play was fully on Thiago. I don't. Thiago got a little bit of just kind of ridicule for this one. I disagree. I just don't know what you do here. It's an intense press, maybe attack the ball, get it out. Now, I don't have a video of the goal, of the corner that was scored, but in my opinion, I think that Matt Van Oekel is maybe able to move some bodies a little bit better than Fernando Delgado. I think that maybe he's going to be able to bully through and at least punch that ball away. But it was a really nice ball put into the box. It was a really nice, it's a really good header. It's a really clean header, very physical. Do I think that Matt Van Oekel can at least bully the ball and maybe put off the attacking player, which was Philip Goodrum? Yes, I do think that. I think that at the very least, Matt Van Oekel would know how to disrupt the play. But I don't think that Delgado is – I don't think he's fully in the wrong there necessarily. Like maybe try to bully through and get a punch out, but he knows he couldn't quite do that. So let your defense do their thing and just try to have a reaction save if you can. And he wasn't able to at that point. It was game. So let's get to some questions. I want to just kind of get back through here. Yeah, Cole already answered your questions. I hope that answered what I was trying to get to. Now, if you're a video only person, this is where I'm cutting off the video. Go listen to the rest of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed. If you're a podcast only person, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. Cool.